Hi, and welcome to this week's video podcast. I'm Brent Dodge, and I have with me Leah Versteegen of Alpine Physical Therapy. Leah, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome, Brent. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm excited about the topic we're going to talk about today, the idea of physical therapy for court sports, and the idea that you've really taken an interest in this with your biomechanics background as a doctor of physical therapy and your work at Alpine Physical Therapy. When we talk about court sports, what are we talking about so our audience knows?
Anything from tennis to racquetball, handball, squash, all of which they have beautiful new courts here at the Peak Health and Wellness Center. It's great.
Well, when somebody comes to you, you've created a program to help folks, reduce injury or the likelihood of injury, improve performance. What is it that you're looking for when a person comes to you who's maybe interested in improving his or her racquetball game?
Well, first of all, I do just a typical physical therapy evaluation. I sit down and talk to them, find out if there's anything that has been nagging them, some chronic injuries perhaps, or maybe just an acute injury that has taken place as they've started to ramp up how often they're playing their game. I look at their overall strength, flexibility, joint mobility, so looking at how well each of their individual joints move, and then I take that and put it to the whole picture of how their body is balancing out their stability or their strength with their mobility or their flexibility. I can take those numbers and I have some pretty good normative values of what type of strength and flexibility they need for their sport, for tennis or for handball or racquetball, so that I can give them an idea of where they fall in the picture of other athletes participating in these sports and where we can make some improvements.
So right off the bat, they're going to get a full-fledged evaluation, both physical therapy evaluation and in particular as it relates to their sport. What might a person who goes through the program expect as to taking something with them? What would they take with them and where would they go with it?
Well, hopefully they find out a little bit more about their body, just improved body awareness of, my shoulder is a little bit too flexible, or sometimes it's known as multi-directional instability, so they might have an unstable shoulder that is linked to a stiffer spine. So they can take this improved body awareness and just try to change their postures or their movement throughout the day. And then I will also provide them definitely with some exercises or stretches to help balance out their body's flexibility and stability a little bit more. Finally, they can try to apply some of these principles, the difficult part, apply some of these principles to how they're playing their game.
So they're going to get the full-on evaluation as part of the program. They're going to have hopefully some better body awareness. They're going to get some actual things to work on, home program type things, or things they could take potentially to the fitness center or to the court.
Correct.
Sounds like a real exciting program, and I'm just wondering how that might dovetail with a person who, for example, works with a tennis pro, if the person plays tennis, or a coach. How does your work with a program like that?
Sure. Well, I first try to make it a point to communicate with that individual's trainer or coach, so I know what they're working on the court. And I fully admit I'm not here to change their swing. I don't want to change their footwork on the court, how they're playing the game. I think that's where a tennis pro or a coach has more knowledge. What I can do is just provide you with the tools that can allow those changes that you're making in your game to be easier. So I can help with your relative mobility and joint movement and stability so that it's easier to heed what their coach is trying to help them change.
So it sounds like there's a fair amount of communication that can occur too when there's that openness and knowing that you're not really on anybody else's turf. You're bringing the skills and abilities as a knowledgeable physical therapist to help with that aspect of their game or sport. Well, you've been at Alpine for a number of years. We work in a 50,000 square foot fitness facility, a premier fitness facility here in Missoula, Montana, and how that's evolved now to an entire pavilion dedicated to various court sports. There's even a mind-body section. And had you ever thought something like that could happen here in Missoula?
Definitely not, but it's very cool. I'm quite excited to be a part of Alpine and a part of this facility. I think that it's an excellent thing for our local athletes and people who have never played tennis before. You know, that's probably who I will see the most of right off the bat. People who are just trying to figure out the game, might get a few nagging injuries, can help them heal faster, recover quicker, and improve their performance ideally.
Well, I really appreciate the information that you provided, and I'd just like to thank the Peak Health and Wellness Center for their vision and for allowing us the opportunity to provide these level of services to their clients, and particularly in this new environment here at their tennis pavilion. For more information, be sure to visit our website. Brand new technology.
It's core training from head to toe.
We're fortunate to have one of the few Coraline master instructors in the world.
Coraline has been more effective than any other exercise I've tried.
Here's your tip of the day. For optimal performance on the court, always focus and start with core strength, as a strong core always allows for better distal strength and stability.
Well, thanks, Leah, for that tip of the day, and really do appreciate you being here once again. And for more information on the Court Sports program, I invite you to our website, alpineptmissoula.com, and be sure to hit on the tab for sports medicine.